time it kicks in. Here we go. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Talking Tuesday. I'm hoping my internet's going to cope with this because it seems like it's going a little bit slow, but we'll power through. Today, I am joined by the lovely Robin and Roz, who are both social prescribers, and they're here today to talk a little bit about what social prescribing is. Hi, Robin and Roz.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see anyone, to be honest, at the minute.
I don't think I've ever been so friendly with my neighbours. Hi.
People, there's people.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how this is going to work. Whether or not you're going to just jump in with each other, or who wants to answer, but we'll just wing it as we usually do. So, can you tell me a little bit about what social prescribing is first and foremost for those people who don't know?
So, social prescribing is quite a fancy term. It's been around for years. And the core concept of it is about making those meaningful connections, a sense of belonging, sense of togetherness. It's built on what is available all around us in the community, nature, the different services and organisations that are all out there working alone. It's about bringing them all together and capitalising on it. It starts off small and then it grows and grows and grows. It might be worth giving a little bit of an example what social prescribing is for a typical patient. So what we find in primary care, and that's where me and Roz are based, and on all the other social prescribing link workers here in Hartlepool, a lot of over 18s in this instance attend their GP practice, and quite often it's not a medical problem. The medical needs have been met. It's quite often a social problem. Now, really easy example of this might be you've got 84-year-old Ethel. She rings the GP surgery and she's lovely. She rings every week. She's having a chat with the reception staff. She's on the phone for about 15, 20 minutes. Might book in to see the GP because she likes the GP. And, GP practice obviously welcome her in. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing really GP can actually do. She's on the right medication. She's got to have the right referrals, on the right pathway. But it's loneliness and it's isolation, and she wants that company. So this is where the social prescribing link workers would come in and reach out to Ethel, get to know her, and then think, right, okay, so it's loneliness. She's recently been widowed. Her family live away. Her friends have sadly passed away. Mobility's not fantastic, so she can't get out and about like she used to. She's lost her licence due to, deteriorating eyesight. So she's isolated. So we would look at what is available in the community to help. And it might be befriending or social groups or a little bit of a walk, which Roz will tell you about, an assisted walk. And it's looking to see what is out there for Ethel to tackle loneliness and isolation. And that's a really easy example of social prescribing. You can get more complicated, more complex of patients. So that's an easy one.
Brilliant. And obviously, I'm guessing that lockdown has affected a little bit about what you can and can't do at the moment.
Absolutely. I think I did the role prior to lockdown. So I've had a taste of the benefits of meeting somebody face to face, but Roz, you've come into it during lockdown. So how have you found it more so than anything?
It's still been great because I just feel like I've still been able to help people because obviously people can't get out of the house, so we've been doing welfare checks, and people just like sometimes don't want to burden the family. They want to just talk to somebody else, and we've got the time to give them. So I've been nearly a year now. I'm doing the same, like phoning like people up, and I've built up the trust, and they're telling me things that they haven't got time to tell the GP, and then be able to help them. So just talking to them, get them to open up, and then still being able to, oh well, I can do this for you. I know another agency that can do this, and or if I can't do it now, you know it's going to happen in the future. And it's just letting people know that we're there, and it's just been fantastic for them. For example, I've had one person got confused with the day, and she said to her daughter, Eva hasn't rang me this week. I'm going to ring and make sure she's all right. So she actually rang me. Oh. I was okay because she said, yeah, rang with me ringing every week to her. And I thought, oh, bless. And you just build up that relationship, and I can't wait to get out and meet everybody though and do our jobs fully. But I just feel like we're still making a difference.
Oh, lovely. Just want to. Sorry, I was just going to say, if anyone's got any questions for Ros or for Robin, I know Kirsty said morning, so morning, Kirsty. If anyone's got any questions, put them in the comments and we'll get them answered to you. Sorry, go on, Robin.
Yeah, just touching upon what Ros said, the element of time. I think when you visit your GP surgery, unfortunately, there are 10-minute appointments. And it's hard to get out everything that you want to say and everything that's bothering you in 10 minutes. And I think the benefit and the positive of our role is that there is no time frame. It is not limited to 6 appointments from start to finish, and by that point you should have an improved outcome. It's not about that. It's about learning and taking the time to understand what it is that makes up the person, and that's what I personally love about the job. And I think that says it for Ros as well.
Yes, definitely. Just meeting new people, even over the phone. I mean, one of my first phone calls was an 80-year-old. Well, she was in her 80s, and I said, "Oh, what are you missing?" and things like that. Just general chat. She said ice skating, and she was an inspiration to me. And by the end of the phone call, it was she'd inspired me, and then she actually said, "Oh, you just phoned at the right time because my son, this is anniversary of his death, and I was going to cry, and I'm not now. I feel happy." So it's people just build that, like, they can tell you everything because we're just down to earth people. We're not got like when you go to the doctor, sometimes you just want to get your problem out of the way, where we get underlying problems, and they can
you dig down deeper.
Talk to your mom. So that's easy for the doctor, so the doctor can get like doing their job, and then we can do our side. So all working together.
Definitely, it's all about the bigger picture, isn't it? Rachel says, "Morning, guys, from the East Durham counselling class." Morning, Rachel and everyone. And Kirsty said, "What a lifeline that must be for some people." And I think that's exactly right. We've been doing something a little bit similar over lockdown with our carers, where we've been checking in weekly with a lot of our sort of elderly and isolated carers. And I'm actually supposed to be doing a very similar role to you guys, but purely for our carers. That's what I was brought in to do. And obviously faced a lot of the same situations as you, in that we're wanting to sort of signpost support and different activities and stuff, but unfortunately a lot of stuff's not there at the moment, or it's online, and it's finding that sort of expertise and that support for them. Andrew says, morning, Andrew. And here comes Rachel again, as we knew she would be. And Rachel said, "Do you guys have any specialist areas that you're interested in?"
Ros?
Ros, we know Ros does.
There's not many. Obviously, my background is has a health trainer, healthy eating, exercise. Exercise is a key word, it's the answer and medicine to everything. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to set some groups up for people, some exercise classes. A big thing that I would love to be able to do is a health and wellbeing support group, which is something under one roof. If there could be arty people might want to do some arts, so it's not all about exercise. So I don't want to scare people away, but obviously mental health is very important. So I want to just help people, holistic therapy, Indian head massage, things like that, relaxation, and then bringing health promotion into things like, say, it's no smoking day tomorrow. So it'd be great, I think, to set up a support group and what's worked for you, what's helped you quit smoking. So anything that's going to improve somebody's health and well-being. And I just think, and then getting what I think has been great over this lockdown as well, we could continue working all together. So agencies coming in and thinking, well, I can do this for you this week and help people. But obviously it's about what people want. So I don't want to be saying, I want to do this, I want to do that. I want to know what people actually want and then be there for them and help support, help build up just a really good support network. Have people coming in once a month talking about different things. If someone's having a problem, so have a speaker coming in. This is how you can do that. And I just think if we could just have something on a weekly basis under one roof, that I think that would just be great. So that anyone want to come and help join that'd be great. Obviously, at the moment.
Sorry, I was just just a couple of comments there. We've got Rachel said, yes, Roz, amazing collaboration work. Kirsty has said, yes, health and wellbeing group would be fantastic. Reiki, meditation, coping clinic, meeting like-minded people. And I think that's what it's all about as well, isn't it? It's sort of having those people who can support you who sort of on a similar journey and have sort of similar ideas.
Yeah, exactly. All working together and just making us all feel better. And it's like there's just so much we could all do together. So let's see what happens in the future as soon as we can. But at the meantime, to start people off walking, we can all go out walking. So that's what we have been doing with our patients. Apart from obviously in the lockdown period, we've had to stop when people who are shielding we can't. But as soon as that's going to be over, we'll start our walking groups back up again. So we helping people, say if you're anxious about getting back out, which a lot of people will be. So if people only just want to walk around the block, then we can help assist that. And then there's lots of, and then if people want to walk with a health to walk further, then that's great. There's lots of walking. Social groups will be starting back up again. So people might want, I want to go there, but I don't go by myself. So then we can help go with them. So they could start with us and then they could go and just somewhere else. And that's what it's all about again, signposting, hand-holding, buddy up system. So
fantastic. We've got loads of comments coming through, absolutely loads. Bonnie's asked, sorry, we'll come back to Robin's area of expertise and interest, but Bonnie's asked, and it was a question I was going to bring up, but she's beaten me to it. Do you need a referral from a GP?
Yes and no. At the moment, referrals to our service come from your GP practice. That doesn't necessarily have to mean a GP. It could be a nurse practitioner, could be a secretary from the GP practice at the moment. So if you're interested and think, I could really benefit from social prescribing, or somebody I know who could, then give your GP practice a ring, ask to either speak to the GP about a referral or ask to speak to your social prescriber directly.
So there's different social prescribers based at each doctor's surgery, isn't there? So you two are both in different surgeries.
Yeah. So in Hartlepool, nationally, to be honest, some people might be aware your GP practices have now joined together to make like clusters, and they're known as primary care networks. And in Hartlepool, there are 3 primary care networks. I won't name them all because there's a lot of all the individual GP practices. It's worth knowing. So with each primary care network, there are now 2 social prescribing link workers attached to each network. And yeah, so you'll have a choice of who in your network.
Fantastic.
Who is the lady who keeps asking questions in the comments? But no.
My colleagues, Alec Gray, so got a male one as well. The first male social prescribing work in Hartlepool.
So a question then, and I'm putting you on the spot here, and I don't know the answer to this, but I'm just asking, if someone felt that they would prefer to work with a man, is that something that could happen or not? Do you have to stick with the person who's with your GP surgery? Or if we had a gentleman who sort of felt they'd feel more comfortable with another man, is that doable or not?
No.
Sorry, I've just put you on the spot there, haven't I?
It's all right. As it stands, we are only allowed to work with the patients within our network, is because there is issues around protection, patient records being shared, things like that. So as it stands, no, you will be assigned to, social worker that is then assigned to the network. But what I will say is we're all fantastic anyway, so it shouldn't matter. But we can certainly help you to find more specialist support that is more male orientated. We would just facilitate that transition.
Fantastic. And on that subject, Andrew has asked, do you refer to other services in the area?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
But the thing is with social prescribing, it absolutely relies on what is available in the community. We can't socially prescribe what isn't there. They are our allies, and it's so important that we build those links with organisations, services, and things like that, because we have to be confident the patient that we're working with, can go to and access them services. It's really important. And in short, yes, we do. We absolutely do work with other organisations.
So you're constantly sort of updating your record of what's on out there for people to join in on. But like you said, you need to know that you can trust that service, and if you're sending someone along to it, you need to know that it's, that it's going to be a benefit to them, and it's going to be, a reliable source. So yeah, it's been a real struggle in lockdown for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the doors closed. More people needed to access services.
Yeah, that's it.
It's been so hard.
So Robin, we talked about Roz, and Roz's sort of background is sort of the health and fitness and that sort of thing. What about you? Have you got any sort of particular areas of expertise?
Well,
apart from chatting.
Yeah, apart from knocking the back legs off a donkey. Before this role, I qualified as an occupational therapist, and I worked as an activities coordinator in a care home before that. And before that, I grew up with my grandparents, so I've naturally gone into an interesting field of older people. So that's my particular interest. What I've learned from this role is that I'm really keen to develop a social movement, and I really, really, truly believe in social prescribing in terms of how it can massively impact and improve people's health. And let's have it right, Hartlepool is known for being not having a high life expectancy, and there's, it's not painted in the best light nationally for health statistics, and I don't see why that should continue. We've got so many fantastic people, like salt of the earth people in Hartlepool that are wanting to make change. I just massively want to support that, and so I think my interest is older people and living well in your older years, because you've made it this far, you might as well make it count. And also changing the way that people in Hartlepool view life and live longer.
Yeah. Fantastic. Got a couple more comments. Rachel again, God love her. Rachel, she said, Rose, I've heard that you're going to be running a monthly exercise session. Who will that be catered for? So I know we talked briefly about the walk-in services in addition to this.
At the moment, we're talking about doing a Facebook. Well, it's actually it'll be like a Google Meet, so it's online class, and so if people want to come in, then they can have to sign up for it. So then we can just see each other. My main concern of doing exercise live was if anyone was going to have any ailments and they would do anything wrong. So risk assessment's the biggie for me. So I was wanting to be able so I can see people, and then if we're struggling to do an exercise, do it easier, do it harder. But again, I want to do what people want. So if someone said to me, I want to do chair exercises, then we'll be doing that. If we want to work on stomach exercises, or women that want to work on the stomach for some reason, do things like that. So we do something for every each week. So it's going to be something for everybody. So people could join in, like from 18 upwards, I would say. But even if like 18 upwards, so they had child at home, they could just join in with their parents, doing what their parents doing. So it's not going to be anything too hard. It's just something that we can all join in and have fun with. It's just moving, getting moving, and again, it's that connection as well. So, and then obviously once hopefully might keep the online classes going, but again, it'd be good to do them face to face as well, and that's what we'll try and do as well.
Yeah, we were having this conversation last week, and obviously we're all so desperate to get back and see people in person, and we can't wait for lockdown to end. But then there will still be people who aren't quite ready to be back out, so it's sort of making sure that both groups are catered for. Another couple of comments from Kirsty. Kirsty said, I will help when the time's needed. I think that was talking about the sort of the health and well-being group. She said she's being a bodybuilder and she's plant-based. And Kirsty also commented another thing. She said, yes, Robin, improvements are key. So there you go. Fantastic. Oh, sorry. So next week is something special in the Social Prescribers Diary, isn't it? Next Thursday is National Social Prescribers Day. Have you got anything special planned for that?
We're in talks within our team about raising more of awareness about what social prescribing is, because like I said earlier, it takes everybody to understand what it is, how it benefits them, and what needs to be done in order for it to be successful. Each link worker in the Hartlepool team have answered a series of 5 questions, ranging from what we think our working superpower is, what social prescribing means to us, and things like that. So we'll be launching that on our Facebook page. So if you haven't already been on our Facebook page, please go along and have a look. It's new, we're learning, but we are smashing it. So we're going to be doing that. But also, I think what a lot of people don't know in Hartlepool is that we've got another team in Stockton as well, are doing fantastic work in Stockton around green social prescribing and youth work and poverty. Really good work. So we're going to be introducing a few of them team members as well, but really just using this opportunity to sing our own praises, tell people all about social prescribing, and giving each other a pat on the back, because it has been a hard year.
Yeah, it definitely has, and you're doing an amazing job. And Hartlepool Sport have commented and just said, "Oh, that's not working. Why is it not working? Great
We
to
can
share what. Oh, you can see it. There you go. Great to share what social prescribing is all about. Rachel has volunteered for, I think, cake next week, Social Prescribing Tea and Cake Live. I'm definitely up for that one. And Kirsty has agreed with that. And then Bonnie has commented saying, it all sounds fantastic, really informative, which is just absolutely brilliant. And that's what these Talking Tuesdays are all about. It's all about letting people know what is out there, and letting them know about the amazing stuff that is going on in the town and the services that are out there for people to sort of benefit from. So obviously we've said...
sorry.
Go on, no, go on.
I was just going to say,
it's all about you lot today, not me.
Me. Yeah, we're just there to kind of link primary care, community, and the patient all together. So it's really crucial that we know what's going on in the community. So if anybody has any services, little informal community groups, knitting natters, allotment, anything you get a sense of belonging and purpose and well-being from, let us know, because we are your biggest fans and we will help you tenfold.
Amazing. Carl's just commented saying, and I think it's great to raise awareness. And Rachel, I think you guys are going to be up for a pay rise here, Robin and Roz, because Rachel said you've done amazing. Well done.
We wouldn't say no to a pay rise.
Is there anything that we've missed, guys, that we need to talk about? So obviously we've mentioned in the first instance to get in touch with your doctor's surgery if you think it's something that you would benefit from, and then they can put the steps in place for you guys. How many people are you both working with at the moment? What sort of numbers are you working with individually?
Well, we just have a little tally count, really, in terms of how many referrals we have had as a team since September 2019, and we've had 1,784 referrals.
Wow.
That isn't included in, it doesn't include all the welfare calls that we've made, hundreds of welfare calls. We've also been helping out in the vaccination clinics, bringing people to get their vaccines as well. So that total's huge. But I think our caseload can vary link worker to link worker, because it isn't really about how many referrals, it's about the qualitative input we have. So we might have somebody who is really quick. It's a really simple, like that lady, Ethel, 84, lonely, nice lady. Really simple. But, we could have somebody who has a series of social issues around housing, unemployment, relationship breakdown, access to their child, like so many different strands, and that takes time. And in order for them to trust us to help them, it takes time to build that trust. So it does vary from caseload to caseload.
And so you said earlier, it's not a case of you've got a set time with somebody, and then once that time's up, whether or not they're finished, tough luck. It'll take as long as it takes.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some people on our caseload for over a year. I mean, obviously COVID has happened, but it isn't unusual in other social prescribing services because it takes time.
Yeah. So the first step was obviously get in touch with your GP surgery, who will sort of signpost you. Make sure you're following you guys on your social media so you can find out more about what you're up to. Kirsty's just said, thank you for sharing your amazing service. Carol Naylor has said, hi, Carol. We've had comments from Rachel and Andrew both at the same time around ages. So who's asked, is the service you offer for adults and children or aimed at a specific group? I think we said 18 plus, did we?
I think for the subject, like the example, we said over 18 plus, it is actually opened for adult. To older people. It's open to anybody. So if you feel that your child might benefit from social prescribing, we've got really good links with youth services in Hartlepool as well. So don't be put off by the example that I gave with an older lady. It is open to everybody.
Oh, that's fantastic. I didn't realise you worked with children as well. That's really good. Because obviously a lot of children are struggling at the minute with not being able to see their friends at school and go to their usual gym activities and things like that. That's fantastic. That's really good to know. Kirsty has asked, can you share the link for the group on Facebook? Yes, we will get that sorted. We'll make sure the link gets shared out. If anything at all we've missed or you want to shout out about, guys, Robin, is anything amazing you've got going on, or just anything we've forgotten, or do we think we've covered everything?
Can I just add a little bit? My colleague Alec, he's really passionate and enthusiastic about setting up a men's support group, because as we all know, men find it harder to talk. So that's something that he wants to do in the future. So again, if people want to get in touch via Facebook, that if they want to dentist and want support with that one, that would be great. Can I also just add, obviously we've talked about working with other agencies and support groups and activities that's going on. It would be great if people, when things start off opening up, let us know, invite us in so we can come along to the group, and then we can know what it's all about, get the feel about it. So then we might have a patient who think, that's ideal for that, so we can come along with them. That would be good moving forward.
I'd love to jump on the bandwagon with that as well, because like I mentioned, I do something similar but specifically for our carers. So if people can keep us in touch and let us know what activities are going, when they're starting up again, how they're going to be running, that's a really good shout, and I'd love to be involved in that as well, so that we can get our carers signposted too. Good idea, Roz. Right, well, I think that's everything, but it's been lovely chatting with you ladies. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure, and you're doing amazing work. And I hope this has helped let people know a little bit more about what you do, and your referrals will go through the roof even higher.
Thank you so much for having us. But I also just wanted to say that Hartlepool carers have been absolutely fantastic during this last year. Honestly, the amount of help and support that Hartlepool carers as an organisation has given me personally with patients, and it's invaluable. And you've done so well. So thank you for everything you've done.
Oh, thank you, Robin. It's really appreciated. It's been a tough year, and we're looking forward to being able to see all of our wonderful carers in person and things like that. So yeah, fingers crossed for the future.
I'm looking forward to seeing. So I'm just looking forward to seeing people who don't look like this.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? And actually being able to tell when people are smiling at you.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, and we'll speak to you soon. And thank you everyone for watching. Bye.
Bye.